kind of, I was trying to be a little sarcastic and metaphorical about that, right? No, no, no. Believe it or not, we the most beautiful people, the hands down, black folks. So everybody else outside of us, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever they want to be, but we got that hands down when it comes to the good genes. Now, but on the second part of it though, you are inviting foreign diplomats to this country, right? And you want them to see the preceding area in which the White House, this is your nation's capital, stands. I can understand them wanting that to be like the cleanest, prettiest city, right? That they can make it just due to that part alone. If you go to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and different places like that, when you go to the capitals of Brazil, the capitals in a lot of cases look really nice. Sao Paulo's places look really nice, right? They're
And
pretty.
so do DC
Now where
here.
I'm from, the capital is the world.
DC here looks really, really, really nice. Clean, the streets are clean. Like I don't know, have you been there? Because it's beautiful. You go look at the monument. You can go to all the free museums that are around. I don't know if they're free now under him and things like that. But it's a beautiful, beautiful area. Now, if you're talking about going 8 blocks to the back, now that might be a different story. You know what I mean? That might be,
Yeah.
What's this thing about all of these diehard black Trump supporters? Like I get, you know what I'm saying, that people, some black people are conservative, but it's like, damn, bro, like y'all, a lot of y'all treat Trump like he's like y'all Jesus, bro. That shit is cringe, you know what I mean?
It's definitely cringe because my main problem is that they don't want to call out the bad things that he do as well. Like I'm all for giving him his props when the props is due. If you do something good, and it's good, because guess what? I'm American, so I'm going to benefit off of it as well. So you do something good, that's fine. But also, if you do something that I don't agree with, or like it's hurting our country and it's hurting the citizens in our country, we should be able to talk about that as well and just call it down the middle. This is where I agree with ADS, is that, hey, no, maybe we need to be independent so we can have our checks and balance and not just be to one side where I can agree with Trump when he do something good because it's Trump. No, we got to be able to do both. Good things, hey, fuck it. He did something good and I'm going to take advantage of it. Bad things, hey, we need to hold him accountable and we need to get something. We need to get an uproar so we can get it changed.
Right. But independent is another branch, and for you to beat them, you will be just going from being a Democrat or Republican to being independent. And if they not doing nothing, which they cannot do anything, it's not enough for them to do anything. Nothing. So you being independent is actually you throwing your vote away to the win. Because it's not enough for them to do anything. They never gonna win the presidency.
Well, you're not voting directly you're voting for a party. You're just an independent when it comes to party affiliation. That's a little different, right? So for me, I vote for who I believe is going to give me the best opportunity and options, right? Circumstances. May it be from tax breaks, may it be from certain policies that are in place, may it be from whatever, right? I usually look towards that party. Now, I think that me and Sharon had the same conversation about people being too loyal to like even to the MAGA extremes, right? Just too loyal to those people. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna put yourself in a bad position if they put you in a bad position.
I'm not sure when y'all say that, when you make it seem like black people has always been Democrat, you make it seem like they never given anything, and that we just loyal to them just because. So that's why what you're saying doesn't make sense. By the way, you can always vote how you want when you have that ballot in your hand, right? You don't have to vote Republican or Democrat or independent. And in fact, you can mix up your vote. So I don't understand when you friends, right? When y'all say what y'all say, because when that ballot is in front of you, I can vote Democrat, Republican, and independent on the same ticket.
I think it's a good strategy to hold your vote or vote independent, and let's say Sharon and Lord ADS running for president, right? And they need everybody votes, right? Let's say me and Bomb withhold our votes, and y'all notice that damn, there's a lot of votes was missing. Yeah, no, you got to do something to get them missing votes. We ain't get
no, that's not how it works. They don't want you to vote.
But you gotta get your vote. Gotta account for. You can't be voting for free. Like
no, listen. You vote for free because that's what we want. We want to be able to vote for free. And if you don't vote, they don't care because it's not about who don't vote. It's about who do vote. So you holding your vote, it won't do anything. In fact, they're trying to take votes from Black people. They're trying to take the way where we can't vote, which means your idea doesn't work because they don't want you to be able to vote anyway.
I don't know about
if
that.
one person in the whole United States of America, one person show up, wait a minute, listen, if in the whole United States of America, if only one person go to vote, right, one, that's all that matters. That one person will decide who the president is. That's it, or whoever, and that's all they care about.
Witch doctor, if I can give you a better explanation of why I vote, I can't speak for the whole panel, right?
Okay.
I voted back in 1998 for the first time. That was for Bill Clinton. I went to the military, did 11 years in the Navy, right? Saw firsthand how voting affects like budgets and politics. I was stationed in Virginia, so I was back in DC a lot during that, I'd say 11-year stint, right? I used to actually hang out in Goddesses on the weekend. If you know about Goddesses in Maryland, I used to hit that like almost once, twice a month back in the day. But back to what we're saying though, right? It's extremely important that you vote because at the end of the day, votes count. You know what I'm saying? This is how policies get passed. This is how budgets happen. This is how, saying a lot of things get put in place is through voting. So when you basically alleviate yourself from the process, at that point, you just get whatever comes your way and you deal with it.
Exactly. That's it. We cannot hold our vote up like that. What we can do though, is what I've been telling people for a while. Like I used to walk around here and get names, right? I tell them what bill is up and we say, hey, we don't want you to vote for this bill. We want you to vote it down. And then I tell them I got 50,000 people. These are the names, right? So I was a lobbyist. That's what I used to do. Not for business, but for organizations and for communities. And then they either gonna vote our way so they can get those 50,000 votes, or they not. And then if they don't vote the way we want them to vote, we're gonna vote them out of the seat. And that's what we're not doing. We're not voting these people out. These people 80 years old in the same job and ain't doing nothing.
Welcome to the show, Conservative J. Good day.
How you doing?
I'm all right. This your first time here?
I think my second time. I think I was in your show like a few months ago. I can't remember, but it's been a while.
All right. You ain't going to try to do nothing crazy and strange.
Right.
No. I mean, no.
All right. So, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts so far?
Well, I mean, I didn't really, vote for Trump, even though I do have conservative views. I mean, I don't really consider Trump that conservative. I mean, he's kind of more Republican. I mean, I'm conservative because of, my Christian values. The Democrats do some things that go against the church, which I don't like. But to the topic though, I kind of agree with him. I mean, Senator, what's
the difference between conservative and Republican?
A conservative is more of a movement, more of your beliefs. Republicans, that's a political party. The conservatives are not a political party.
That's right. So there's Democrats who are conservative, and there's Republicans who are conservative. Right. But not all Republicans are conservative, just like all Democrats are not conservative. Right. So yeah, he's right.
What you think, Witch Doctor? We got the crazy one back there.
But no, I mean, he should send the National Guard to Chicago. I mean, the crime is getting out of control. They need to send the National Guard here to Cleveland. They need to clean up these streets.
That's illegal, right? The military, National Guard, that's different. But
no, that's legal. The National Guard.
Yeah, that's legal. The National Guard. But when he sent the military to Los Angeles, that was illegal, right?
Yeah, he didn't need to do that.
Yeah, we have a criminal as a president. He's breaking all the laws. The judges go against him. They vote his things down, and then he make threats at them. And then now they get death threats from their people. He's he's running this country by scaring people. He probably got something on all them people. That's why they backing him up. It's crazy.
I can't even imagine like how it's gonna be after Trump. Like who's gonna, you know what I mean?
No. Hold on. Posse comitatus. You don't know what you're talking about that. Hold on.
Oh my
Posse
God.
comitatus was overwritten by
Wow,
the Patriot Act.
Saran, you let up.
No. Hold on. It was
Hey,
overwritten
man,
by
I gotta
the
go. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
up, Saran.
It was overwritten by the Patriot Act. Okay, posse comitatus. That's an old. That has no. The president can declare a state of foreign invasion, foreign involvement. Posse comitatus goes out the window under the Patriot Act. Okay, that was your representatives that gave Article 2 that power. Okay, number one.
He must think we all stupid up here.
Why did you bring that up?
You guys are stupid compared to me.
No,
That's
you
not your
don't know
fault.
what you're talking about. I'm not saying
All
you're
right,
wrong.
all right. Okay, I tried.
Okay.
I tried.
What he was about to go into some eugenic stuff.
You know it.
Oh,
I
damn.
tried.
Yes, he
I
don't.
tried. I gave him a shot. He don't want to have a conversation. He wanna.
I don't know where y'all. I don't know how these people be finding these type of spaces. That should be crazy.
Man, like, but yeah, man, like, these FBAs, man, they don't be talking about black on black crime. I feel like they need to focus, because I feel like that's truly what can stop that. People like Umar and Tariq Nasheed, you know what I'm saying?
You said
Because
what on
my
what?
thing is
He said
black on black crime.
You think that's a real thing?
Absolutely. Just look at our neighborhoods. I mean, look at our cities. Look at Detroit.
What
Look
about
at
white?
Cleveland.
What about
Look at
Hispanic on? What about Hispanic on Hispanic crimes?
he never gonna
No,
mention
we're
that.
not-
White
we're
on
not-
white crime, because they commit the
Well, white
most
on white.
crimes. Lord have mercy.
Russia versus Ukraine. That's white on white.
We're not talking
That's
about. We're
fine.
talking about crime that affects us. That stuff doesn't affect us. Black on black crime is affecting us. Like a dude
No,
just
black
got
on
shot
black
at the
crime
con-
gonna
Let him
affect
get it
me.
out. Let him get it out. Let's see where it goes with it. Go ahead. What you saying?
Like I don't understand why people mention white on white crime or Hispanic on Hispanic crime, because that doesn't affect us. I'm talking about the black community in general. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
These are the communities that people have to walk, that we have to walk, that we have to raise our kids in, you know what I'm saying? And when our community is being riddled with crime and degeneracy, I mean, that's an issue. And I think
But
the
why
leaders
not
in the
crime?
community have to address that. They have to address
But-
this. That's the
But
only
why
way
not
to
crime
fix
in
the issue.
general? Why not just crime in general, bro?
Because white on white crime is not affecting us.
White people show steal out of neighborhoods where black people live.
So here's the thing, conservative Jay. It's really no such thing as black on black crime. That was a made up term that they did to get people in an uproar and get conservatives to jump behind. There ain't no such thing. Crime is crime. 60.
But that's not true.
Yeah,
That is
because
not
people commit crimes according to where they live. So white people is committing crimes on white folks and going down the line. So everybody that is in criminal activities, they usually do it where they live.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Well, I mean, I have seen blacks out here commit crimes against other ethnicities too, like especially in 2020, like against Asians, like against Mexicans. Like it was some tension. There was some tension in the streets for a while between the blacks and the Asians. You know what I'm saying? Like running up on vendors. I mean, running up on white people just for being white. I mean, you can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot deny that.
We can't, because it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in mass enough. It's going to happen, of course. We do live in America, so it's definitely going to happen. But it's not that deep for us to really talk about it like that. However, the reason why it's a problem for conservatives, especially black conservatives, to go ahead and push out the rhetoric of black on black crime and any other BS stat is, when you peel back the onion, you really look at what's going on, it's just not true. FBI already put out the list, and 63% of violent crimes is committed by Caucasians. So this idea that we believe that we are the most violent human beings in America is just not true, and we got to stop pushing that narrative out there. Do we have some criminal black folk? Of course.
Most definitely.
But
I
it
mean,
ain't
we
just
are the we are the
the
most. I mean, we are the most incarcerated for a reason, though.
no, we're not the most.
No, we're not the most incarcerated. What?
That is
So,
crazy, bro.
so that's
Not
the
even-
thing.
I'm just
with-
telling you. Like, I'm just telling you what I see. I'm not making this up. I'm
No,
telling
you
you
telling
what I
us.
see.
You telling
you
us what
heard.
you're regurgitating what you heard, which is fine. But I want you to do your own research on it as well. That we are not the most incarcerated at all.
Exactly.
And
It's
so not
funny that you
not
would
only
say that.
that. So like when you do see when you do see the crimes that that is 40% black people are committing violent crimes as well, right? Even when you see that, it is the same 1 million black people that's doing the crime.
Well, no, that's not.
Out
No,
of the
you're
40
putting
million.
you're putting words in my mouth. That's not what I said.
No, I'm not putting. I'm trying to let you understand what's actually happening. That out of the 40% of black folks that are committing crimes, right? Out of the crimes, right? So 40-something% of the crimes that is committed in America is by black folks, right? That's one of the stats you probably know about, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so now when you break that down to how many people that actually is, because that's just the crime rate. When you actually break down that stat to the people, is roughly somewhere less than 1 million black people that actually commit those crimes out of the 40 million that out of us that are actually here.
I never said it was in a million, but it definitely is a big problem, and it's a huge, thing that needs to be addressed. Because why don't white crime and Hispanic on Hispanic crime is not affecting the community? Black on black
Right. So
crime.
no, what I'm
That's
saying
facts.
is that no, what I'm trying to get you to understand, it is not the majority of black folks that commit crimes. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Well,
Wait a minute.
Maybe not in your generation, but in my generation, yeah, majority of people in my generation are.
All right, but what I'm saying is that what stat do you have to back what you're saying?
That is crazy.
All you got to do is just, look on the news and look in the city.
Okay, so
Like I said, I'm in the inner city of Cleveland. It's somebody
pretty
getting
rough.
shot like every day.
That's fine as that is rough there. But however, what I'm saying is that you got to start when you
White
start,
areas are more safer than black areas. That's a statistical fact.
but you only calling it, that's fine, but it's really about the money area. It's about the money difference, not the actual people, not the color of the people.
I gotta disagree with that too, because if you look
I
at
live
some
in
of
a
these
black
cities
community.
So do you believe that is black affluent neighborhoods in America?
yes, let's take East Cleveland for example. My parents used to live in East Cleveland, right? They used to be white in like the 60s and 70s, right? But when the blacks moved in like the 80s and the 90s, this became one of the worst ghettos literally in America because of the drug epidemic and all the other stuff, the gangs that came in the neighborhood that black people run. It used to be pretty big. The Rockefellers used to live there, like the Bilderberg Group. They used to have like millionaires and billionaires live there in East Cleveland, Ohio.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you believe that because black folks moved there, and then all of a sudden it went to shit, not because
Absolutely.
So it's not because poverty-ridden people moved there.
No, it's just because black.
Okay, so now do they have poverty-ridden communities in Cleveland that is white and they have high crime?
They have poverty. It's not high crime, but they have, poverty areas that are white. Yeah, I'm not denying that.
No, but do you believe that they have high crime over there as well?
Yeah, they have high crime, but not as high crime as the black community.
There you go. So now
they got crime. They got crime.
All right, so now we know it's poverty, not the skin color. I need you as a young man to understand the difference. I don't want you to fall into the idea that is a real thing called black on black crime. That's number one. And number two,
that's your opinion.
I want you to pay attention, not to fall into the stats of the news, but actually fall into the stats of the FBI and the jail system and things like that, and actually look at the number because it's a percentage game that they are talking about. And then when you find out the percentage, all right, it's 40% of the crimes that is committed are black folks. How many of those people are we talking about out of the 40 million black people? And then you can actually have a real understanding of what you're seeing. Then you'll see that majority of black people are good and decent out. Then they are not committing crimes. I want to welcome some more people in as well. Welcome to the show, DJ Genesis. Welcome to the show, the beautiful MJ, and also Conscious Moron. Let's try to keep that line right there. Let's try to keep it in that order. And I believe Bomb got something to say. She want to speak to the young man as well. So I just want to get everybody's voices in. So DJ Genesis, MJ, Conscious Moron. Then we got Bomb Cherry. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to also point out, I used to live in DC. You know, I was actually stationed in Washington, DC at Bowling Air Force Base. And I did get to see, you know, DC was once considered Chocolate City. And it at some point was the murder capital. They called it the murder capital. They were very proud of that, you know, at the time that I was staying there. However, today you see less crime there. You see that the crime rates have gone down, but the homeless situation has not gone down. And now you see that they're rounding up homeless people, but they don't have places to put them, right? So, okay, now you have pantries and things like that that normally feed the homeless that are used to getting like maybe 100 people. Now there's 400 people in line. So it's like they're trying to solve a problem, but with a machine gun, like they're trying to kill a spider with a machine gun.
Okay.
Now, if they would have came back in the days, in the 80s, when you had, you know, some real stuff going on, okay. But right now, things are actually are progressing a lot better in DC. But, you know, why don't we really address what the real issue is homelessness, displacement, things like that. The veteran population that leaves up out of the military that ends up homeless and they end up on the streets of Washington, D.C., and let's not criminalize Black people and say, oh, okay, well, we're the ones that are responsible for all the crime, so he's right for doing this. All this stuff, see, DC, first of all, if you really get deeper into it, that is a federal land. So anything that you do in DC is federal crime. So it's very interesting that he's doing this and putting these people in place and kind of like letting this be the testing ground for what he plans to do in other cities. I believe that's exactly what this is.
Yes, I agree, and he has the ability to do it because, like you said, it's federal, so it's not illegal. Everywhere else, if we tried to somewhere else, it would be literally illegal. Go ahead. Welcome to the show, MJ. Good day. What's your thoughts?
Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone on the panel. Peace to y'all. I typed in the chat. I'm so glad that you allowed me to come up, first of all. I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'll start with this. The percentages, we've got to be careful. I took a class, and at first I was mad as hell that I had to take this class, but I took a class. It was like a type of legal class that I needed to graduate. And what I learned in that class is honestly, the unfairness in the laws. So, and what I'm talking about is the percentages. They're not correct because you have white collar crimes and you have crimes that people don't really consider quote unquote crimes. And what that means is when we're talking about those type of crimes, like you have embezzlement, like stuff that people in corporate office do, right, that are clearly illegal in crimes, but they're not considered like violent crimes. And then you have, so there is, with the percentages, I just want people to know and realize there's a list of them from jaywalking on down that are crimes, but people don't go to prison for them and don't go to jail for them, but they're still crimes nonetheless. And there's some of them are very serious crimes when it comes to stealing products and merchandise, but people a lot of times don't consider those things crimes. When they do studies and stuff, a lot of people don't consider those things crimes, and so that affects the percentages. So I don't want folks to hear those numbers and be like, oh, you know, Black folks are the ones out here doing the crimes, because when they actually did a study on it, they did a academic study on that, it turned out that those numbers were way off when you actually look at crimes just for what they are. It's the same thing. I'm gonna try and be short and bring it to a close, but something that DJ Genesis just said, and I think you just said it, it's just a matter of how the law looks or how people look at things. Crack and cocaine are the same drugs, but guess what? crack, which is the cheaper drug, people go to jail for like 10 times the amount of time. They've changed those laws than for cocaine. And it's the same, it's in essence, the same freaking drugs, but there's a different class of people using crack versus the wealthy people that can afford cocaine. So there's so many things behind that, and we just got to be careful when we believe that, okay, it's Black folks doing all this. Because let me just say this, my neighborhood, I live in a decent neighborhood. It's mostly retired veterans here. It's a older population. They just choose to retire in this area. But I would say my neighborhood is probably 75 to 80% Black folks, middle income, good, hardworking, church-going Black folks. You know, we can't listen to these things and let it drive us. You know, for the most part, when I look at my life and I look at the people I'm around, my aunties, my uncles, they're retired, they're good, hardworking people. We got to remember those folks. But it's this whole thing, like the squeaky wheel gets the noise. In the news, they don't talk about all the positive things that happened in the communities. They talk about the negative and the violence and who got shot and this and that. But they're not talking about the white collar crimes in the offices, the embezzlement, the product thievery, all this stuff that goes on. It's the squeaky wheel that gets the noise. And so people think, oh my gosh, it's all a certain type of people committing these crimes. We just got to be real careful with that. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. And that's why I wanted to take my time and speak to Jay, because I know he's somebody that is still building his ideologies as well. So I just want to make sure that it's challenged properly, and he also do the proper research for himself. So to not just listen to these people that look like they have authority or they speaking with facts, because a lot of times we get caught up in people that have good charisma, and we actually believe these people, and they are telling us lies, and we watch the news and they telling us lies, and then when you go look it up for yourself, you're like, damn.
Well, you know, I mean, some of these people that say this stuff, I mean, they do, I mean, good research. Like I would say Anton Daniels, like he does pretty good research. I mean, he's a pretty thorough brother. Like he's not a bootlicker, you know what I'm saying? He's not a whitewashed Black. I mean, he's a real brother.
What makes you think Anton do research?
Yeah.
I mean, he brings up statistics. I mean, he brings up stats. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch his videos.
I brought up stats before, but it's because I heard it from somebody.
You said what?
I brought up stats before on a panel, but I heard the stats that I brought up. I didn't research it. So just because you bring up stats don't mean you research. It could be that you heard it from somewhere else. You know what I mean?
I mean, Brandon Tatum, like he brings up facts. He brings up facts. He brings up stats. He does.
And you could look at stats, and you could read stats, and you could misinterpret the stats that you read, like what MJ is saying right there.
Yes,
look,
and
I'm not saying.
And most people do misinterpret the stats. They don't actually know how to read it. They'll see it. They'll see the percentage. 40% of Black people commits crime, when really is 40% of the crimes committed were Black people. And then when you break down those 40%, how many of those human beings are there? And then now we used to see that it's only about like a 5% of Black people commit crimes, because it's less than 1 million Black people commit crimes.
And Sharon,
can I bring up one more thing? I promise, and then I'll be quiet. There's something else I've got to say. Okay.
Just 1 second. But Sharon, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I know Uncle Jeff's wrong. I just wanted to come up here and tell Uncle Jeff he was wrong about whatever he said. I know he was wrong.
I just want to add one thing that I forgot. Also, in that class, I learned that statistically, and DJ Genesis brought this up, in certain neighborhoods, in poor neighborhoods, that they have more police officers patrolling those areas. They very rarely, we got cops that live here, right? And then we got one cop basically that patrols the area. But in areas, and it's only basically, we call them one of the domestic violence dispute and stuff like that. And then we got HOAs and other people that can get involved. You can't have so much of that going on. So it's not so necessarily that people aren't doing crimes in the suburbs, because they are, honey. They're cooking up meth labs in the suburbs. But these things,
okay, but they're not shooting each other though. They're not deleting. I don't want to get your channel. I don't want to get your channel deleted. They're not deleting each other.
What you talking
Okay,
about?
it's
What are
okay.
you talking about? What are you talking
They're
about?
not deleting. They're not deleting each other in
I
the
am still
suburbs.
speaking. I am still
I got
speaking.
y'all. Hold on.
They're
Hold
not
on.
deleting
Jay,
people in the
Jay,
suburbs though.
Sir,
Hold on.
nobody's
Hold
talking
on.
about
Hold
deleting
on.
on
I
your
got you.
channel.
Let me try to take control of it, MJ. Jay, just let her finish her full statement. I give you a chance to respond as
I
well.
got you.
Okay.
I got you.
No problem. Go ahead,
Okay.
MJ.
So if you've got more cops constantly riding up and down the street looking for people, and unfortunately, like DJ Genesis was saying, in certain areas, you got more liquor stores. All this stuff adds to the crime. You got more liquor stores. You got more. I mean, there's all kinds of things that they're putting in the poor neighborhoods. You got locations with junk food. That's why people are more obese. You guys really, really need to take some time and look at the dynamics. It's not as simple as, oh, there's more crime. Let's look into why there's more crime. This inner cities are more congested. Everybody know when you throw people into a small space, there tends to be more crime. A lot of legal people know this, but the lay person who doesn't think about it day to day, including myself until I took that class, you just don't realize all this stuff is going on that's adding to the numbers in the crime. The homeless population, where are they located? Not in the suburbs. They're located near the city. So think about these things. I'm done.
Nice. Thank you, MJ. That was good. Jay, if you like to jump in, and then thank you, Bond, for being patient. Then I'm gonna bring in Uncle Jeff, Edelman, and then we're gonna get back to the position that we're at and let Bond get a chance to give
just
us
forgot about me.
You're right. I'm sorry, Conscious.
That's how you know. That's how you know your point ain't important. That's what he said.
Wow, that's cold-blooded.
Shots fired. That's disrespectful.
Hold on, you're right. Let me keep the line. Go ahead, Conscious Moron.
No, I was just gonna say the conservative Jay because I'm from the Ohio area as well, the Akron area. You got to remember what was happening in the 80s. A lot of those factory jobs were leaving out as well. So that helped contribute to the crime back in the day in East Cleveland. When that whole Rust Belt area changed. So I was just bringing it up real quick. So you can go ahead now.
Well, the piggyback. Yeah, thank you. The piggyback on her point. I mean, I never said that crime doesn't happen in the suburbs. I mean, she's trying to twist my words, and it's amazing how every time. It's amazing.
Hold on, MJ, just let up. MJ, I got you. Just let him get it out, and
and this is my issue. This is my issue with most of the FBA people and the pro-black people is that every time I try to make a point, they twist your words and say that you said something when I didn't. I never said that crime doesn't happen in the suburbs, but I just said they're not deleting people in the suburbs. You
That's
know what I'm
not
saying?
true.
They're deleting. They're deleting people.
It's a conversation.
Hold on, let's let him get it all out.
Let him finish line. Let him finish line. Why y'all want to let him finish line?
Let him
Go
finish
ahead, bro.
line, and y'all, I promise you'll get a chance to clean it up.
You know, this is why. You know, this is why I don't really hang out in black areas because they're not deleting people in the suburbs and in the outer cities. Like I'm from Cleveland, right? They're not deleting people in Twinsburg. They're not deleting people in Breaksville. They're not deleting people in Kent. You know what I'm saying? But they're deleting people in the inner city. You know, in Harvard, in East Cleveland, on Superior. You know what I'm saying? These majority black areas, like even in Garfield and Maple, the suburbs that, you know, are basically 85% black, you know what I'm saying? They're deleting people. They're getting overridden with crime, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, it's a fact that when blacks move in the area, it gets crime.
All right, so I'm gonna give a chance. MJ and Genesis, they want to respond, and then hopefully we could get Uncle Jeff and E in there, and then we bring Bomb in. Go ahead,
So
MJ.
I just want to say my answer.
Okay, go after all these people.
I got you.
My response was just it was not in response to anybody up here. I'm actually on my cell phone. I can't even see who's talking, so I don't know what he's talking about. I'm lying on him. I don't know who he is. The only people I know up here is Witch Doctor.
I didn't say he was lying. I just said he was twisting some of my words.
I respond to you if I don't know who the hell you are? I don't know you. You think too much of yourself.
No, I don't. I just said you were just twisting my words. I didn't say you were lying.
I didn't even hear your words. I didn't even hear your words, honey.
All right. So MJ, you good? So she said she didn't hear you, so it was a misunderstanding. Go ahead, Genesis. You want to respond to him?
I think that we are missing out. We're talking about the suburban crime, and we say that this does not exist. Suburban crime does exist. I've lived in the suburbs, and most definitely, especially even rural areas. Listen, I lived in a very small town in Ohio called Steubenville, Ohio, and honey, you would be afraid to come on now. It's crazy, all right. So I'm gonna tell you, and I've lived in DC, and I think I was there was way more people. It's even more scarier when you're in a small town and people are killing each other than when you're in a large, grown out area, and you know, like just be in this certain area. I would say this is that I get what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that these areas don't have as I live in the suburbs. They don't have as much as it's concentrated. But let's not just be unrealistic and just say that there's no murders that happen in a suburb. That's insane.
Perfect.
Well, not as much as the black communities. No, the black communities do it way more worse.
Why do you think that why do you think that black people don't live in the suburbs, honey? There's
That's what I was about to say.
That's not what I said. Again, here they go. Here goes the leftist. Here goes the leftist radical.
I'm not leftist.
Twisting people's words.
Okay,
bro, you.
All right, so again, with Dr.
Bro, you definitely use black community in opposition to when she said suburbs. So that implies
no, y'all are no. This panel is twisting my words. They're saying things that I didn't say. I didn't say that crime and stuff doesn't happen in the suburbs. I never said that there's not black people that lived in the suburbs. Y'all are saying things that I didn't say.
Okay,
well, sir.
Okay, hold on. I just want to hold on, Jay. You're not being attacked. Witch Doctor was just addressing what you're saying. Let him finish addressing it, and then you can respond. You don't have to correct right away. Go ahead, Witch Doctor.
Now I was agreeing with DJ Genesis that there's black suburbs. It sounds like you were implying that black people don't live in the suburbs.
Well,
it's all black suburbs in Texas that are like one of the most richest areas. I mean, per capita, like throughout Texas, like, and it's no white people that are. These are like mostly primarily black and do not have a crime.
Well, no, there is black suburbs in Cleveland, but the problem is they're crime ridden because it's majority black, which is facts, and the majority white suburbs do not have crime.
So everywhere black people. So most of so black people are synonymous with crime.
Yes, not all of them, but most of them. Yes, that is a statistical fact.
Household income in Cleveland suburbs. If the median household income in the Cleveland suburb is of
like Garfield,
then that would kind of like make people probably be more prone to crime because they are, in poverty. I don't think it's about suburbs because you can have broke people in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that a suburb is only rich people? It can be
when you have these type of people moving into these white communities, messing it up. Yeah, that's how they're gonna ruin it. That's how they're gonna ruin it. That's why they have black fatigue because they're ruining it.
Just get there for a second because I want to be quick because I know Uncle Jeff gonna get them bad, right? So I just want to hit him with a quick jab, right?
Uncle Jeff can't wait. I see he got a lot of thoughts, and before it is Uncle Jeff go. Which job? You know Reverend Green?
Nah, who's Reverend Green?
Somebody from my channel, but yeah, he's good.
Okay, he's good. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Jeff, can I hit him with a jab or you want to hit him with the uppercut first?
Well, I'm finna be wrong about whatever I'm gonna say, either man. So
I know.
You might as well.
I was like, dang. I don't know if he can be wrong with this guy. This guy, he's so wrong. Like, he got to make Uncle Jeff right. Like, golly. But no, but one thing is, we got to stop lying, saying that it's no crimes in white, poor neighborhoods. This idea that it's not about class.
That's not what I said.
That's not what he said.
I know, sir. I'll let you respond the way you want to respond, right? So I'm going to respond the way that I want to respond. This idea that we don't have different classes in the black community where we understand that poor people typically break the law more than people who have more to lose, right? So this idea when we start talking about the suburbs and the young ladies was mentioning the point, hey, you got black areas that do not have crime, which is factual, especially me being from the South. We got to start acknowledging that we only want to talk about the least of us and not the ones that's actually winning. And I'm going to turn it over to Uncle Jeff because I can get long-winded.
Okay. Yeah, let's sorry about that, people.
Midterms is coming up, everybody, right?
Yeah. quotas, reporting crimes. Anyone ever take that in consideration?
All right, so yeah, but let Uncle Jeff get his thought out, and we're gonna bring you in, Reverend Green. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, first off, love, peace to the panel, and
Peace.
for being as civilized as we are around this conversation. Because everybody here is smart. Guess what? Everybody's right. The ant and the giraffe are both right about the jungle. Jay is right. Whether he's right, whether or not he arrives at his conclusions properly is of no matter. There are places right now that in America where no man up here would leave his daughter. These are the places that Jay is discussing, and they exist. There are reasons that they exist, but those reasons are only important to those of us who give a shit about it. People who think like Jay are willing to take that particular set of facts, because though that is a set of facts, that it is very violent. I come from the zip code 60636 in Chicago. That is one of the most violent zip codes in America and has been for the past 60 years.
Because it's a democratic shithole. It's a democratic
Because it's
shithole.
absolutely because
it's a democratic shithole. It's bad.
And it absolutely did, bro. I couldn't agree with you more. But then again, I believe that.
But these are the people that y'all vote for. This is what the people on this panel voted for. So you can't complain when you get the outcome.
Jay, is it all right if I finish my thought, brother? I don't remember interrupting you.
I'm listening.
Thank you. For whatever reason that he's right. He's right. I absolutely agree with what he just said. The difference is I don't look upon these people with disdain. I don't look at myself as separate from these people just because they are in this plight. I will have to pretty soon because there is no more safety net. They done let the dogs out today. Ain't no more safety net. All these lazy, violent, ineffective niggas that we all don't like, oh, we finna see. They got a plan for them. We're not going to have to worry about that. Our concern is for those people amongst them that are capable, that can help us move forward. Jay's, I'll land it here. My chief problem with Jay's arguments is that they're great arguments for 1988. Right now, this suburbs he's discussing, they're on fire with unemployment. They're on fire with the fentanyl crisis.
That's not true.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Maybe all of these layoffs with the deportations and the layoffs, this hasn't affected any people who put raisins in their potato salad. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'll leave it there. I don't argue with that.
The same immigrants, the same immigrants that you
respond. Hold on,
300,000 women were laid off last week. So
yes, and before y'all respond, let me read this. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you. I really appreciate you as well. Mahogany Roots and MJ, thanks for being so kind. Thank you for being so generous. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Well, Sharon, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Just quick question.
It was we're gonna let Bond trying to get
I was after Jeff.
No,
Uncle Jeff, that wasn't my whole statement.
He can go.
Okay. Now go ahead, Bond.
I like it. Go ahead.
No,
yeah, so we're gonna go Eat a Man, and then we're gonna get Reverend Green in there as well for the first time as well.
I'm just gonna do another jab, right? I never understood why we don't compare apples to apples. We want to compare the white suburbs to the black hood.
Right.
We never had these conversations about the trailer park versus the inner city.
Right.
We don't
Preach.
talk about the meth that they cook. Last time I checked, white folks cook meth. I don't know no
Whoops.
black people that cook it.
Whoops.
Listen, so
I've been in the trailer parks and it's way safer than the ghetto. I'm being completely honest. It's
Okay.
way safer.
Well,
You
for
bugging.
you, for
You're
you,
bugging.
yeah.
no,
There's a
he's
Why
not.
you saying?
No,
No,
bro,
he's not.
bro,
let
That's
let
bro.
them
not
I
have
know
fair.
it.
several white people that
No,
live in
it definitely
trailer parks, bro.
is. It's more safer.
You
I'd rather
bugging.
be
But no,
I rather much
just
be
1
around
second.
white trash than black people in the ghetto.
He's right.
But
Stop it.
That's cool.
but Uncle Jeff, you
Let
know
them
what?
do it.
I'm my fault either,
But
man.
I was
You know
I
why
was
he's
literally
bugging, bro? Because it's easy for people to break into trailers. A trailer park is
hold on.
not safe to live in, period, than a fortified crib, bro. Like, what do you
No,
mean, bro?
no. I gotta
Trailer
push back
parks,
on that.
people in
Hold on,
trailer
guys.
parks are
I
not
was
doing driving.
halfway. Hold
Let's
on,
not
hold
let's
on. I
not
was
break
in the
down yet. Hold on.
jab. I wasn't even in the full
That was a good
Oh,
statement.
my
point.
bad. My bad.
Hold on. Yeah. I think it's good. That means that we all really want to get involved in the conversation. I think that's fine. So nobody's doing nothing disrespectful. So shout out to everybody because this is a dope conversation. Yeah, finish up, Eda, man. We're gonna get Reverend Green in there for the first time. And which doctor want to respond? Uncle Jeff want to respond. Oh, and then we got Bomb back in there again. Go
No,
ahead.
so
Finish up.
so
go
the
after
only
Uncle Jeff.
the crazy part about it, I'm and he's right in his reality. Uncle Jeff's 100% right if he feels that way. But the trailer parks in Washington, we just had one was cooking meth and half of the trailer park exploded.
Bruh. Bruh.
I get that he said I fear a man versus a bomb. Cool. If that's his reality, I understand it. But I just think that a lot of us have been brainwashed that white people are safer, and it's crazy how much white people done did to us over these years that we still reflect them as safer than our own people. That's just
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's the truth. I mean, it's the truth. I'm not making this up.
that's not, and I don't think that's, I think it's unfair of us to say this because I've seen this before over and over. And you are absolutely right, Jay. The hood is dangerous for you. Me, Witch Doctor, Eda Man, and Sharon could roll up right now to anybody's hood and read The Jungle.
And so can I.
Because we are, all right, sister, and I'll come on, I'll put you in the car with us because I know exactly what to do. I know exactly how to read the wall and know who to ask for to go let them know I'm here and that I'm here in peace. I didn't come to take nothing. I came here in love, and these are my people. You run it around here.
But you shouldn't have. But you shouldn't have to do that in somebody else's neighborhood that looks like you. That's what I'm saying.
No, brother,
You shouldn't have to do that.
brother.
Rappers shouldn't have to check into Houston when they,
Brother,
you know what I'm saying? Like they shouldn't have to
you're
check in
right.
with Jay Prince just to go,
You're right.
just to go to a city.
No,
That's what he just said. That's what he just said.
That's not what he said.
So
He shouldn't have to check in. He shouldn't have to check in.
Hold on. That's not. Hold on. He was not talking about checking in. But before Unc get a chance to respond and correct it, Reverend Green, go ahead. This is your opportunity.
Yes, sir. I voted for this. I want to let y'all know where I stand, and I want to say, furthermore, President Trump is the greatest president of the United States of America has ever had thus far. And if you're afraid of a spring cleaning or a summer cleaning, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to find out real quick who has the more crime, blue state or red state. Very quickly. You can also look too, with the census coming up, who's 13% and who's really the majority, who's really overrepresented and who's really underrepresented. We're gonna find this out right now. Get ready. Get ready. Those low birth rates, that man out there in Kennesaw in the suburbs, he was an incel. And they're not showing pictures of his family, and they haven't arrested his family for terrorism. He unalived a cop who was a father and a husband to a woman. this incel had no man nor woman to ever find him sexually attractive. So what does he do? He tries to shoot up an impenetrable fortress. And they're trying to blame it on the jab. Anybody who buys that is a fool.
But
Yeah,
Last
that's some
time I checked,
BS. That's some BS.
the jab don't make you bust shots at cops.
yeah, I got you, brother.
It
But
doesn't take
Sharon,
that much.
I got you, Sharon.
Yes.
I don't fear my life if I show up to the hood with backpacks for school and bicycles for the kids. I don't think the drug dealer's gonna run up to me and say, "Hey, why are you helping these kids out?" Or like when I volunteer at the food bank. And I'm giving out food to the people who can't afford food. I don't fear that. Like I don't understand how people fear these people if you don't mean them no harm. Like this idea of us going, especially when we get established in life and we're going back to the hood, giving and serving the hood, because I literally just opened a business in the middle of the hood as a black man because I understood that my business was needed in that hood. I ain't never got robbed because they know that I am coming to give to the hood, not to take from the hood. So I think you just got to do an evaluation of what's your purpose with the hood.
That's a great point. And let's get Bomb Cherry in there. Go ahead, Bomb.
Oh, I was playing with my grandson. I agree with all y'all, okay? Except the young man. I think he's young, though. How old is he?
I'm 23. I'm about to be 24 in August.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, you're quite young, and it's okay, baby. But the people you following, the ones you say they do the research, you might want to find you some. Maybe come over here, baby. You'll learn more.
Well, I mean, they do research. I mean, pretty well. I'm not about to diminish Anton and Brad Taylor. They did pretty good. Now, I don't agree with everything they say, but most of the things they say is, it's true.
What are you trying to conserve, Mr. J?
Good question.
You said what?
What are you trying
What
to
is
conserve?
exactly are you trying to conserve, Mr. J, Conservative J? What are you trying to conserve?
No, I'm saying I like conservatives because they have, Christian values and they don't play victim and they don't
But
blame the
what
white man.
values are you trying to conserve of the Christian values?
I would say being against the LGBT, the nuclear family. They're pretty big on the
Same
nuclear
here.
family.
I agree.
I grew up with like my mom and my dad. You know what I'm saying? I think in the black
Same
community,
here.
there's too many single parent households. I think that's a big issue.
I agree.
Right to bear arms. I strongly believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in
Same
freedom
here.
of speech. I don't believe nobody should get canceled, for what they say.
Doesn't bother me either way.
I mean, I don't agree with that.
So it sounds like you advocating for black people to be more conservative, correct?
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if black people was more conservative, you believe that the violence would be down?
Yes, just look at the blue versus red areas. I mean, the areas that vote majority blue are crime ridden.
So hold on.
And our
When you say
shitholes.
when you say that, I stay in Washington State, right? And it's a blue state that doesn't have like one of the less crime rates compared to other countries. So why? I mean, other states. I'm sorry. So why do we pick and choose what blue and red states we want to talk about? I get what's going on in Chicago, but if I was to go to a blue state like New Orleans, I mean a red state like New Orleans or a red state like Texas, Texas got a whole bunch of crime. I know we want to act like they don't. Or if I go to Georgia and we go to Atlanta, which is a red state, why don't we
state.
why don't we look at the full picture and we try to pick and choose which blue states and red states are better?
And what crimes are
Well,
y'all talking? What
New
crimes are
Orleans
you?
is New Orleans is Democratic. I mean, that's a Democratic shell. They ran by liberals, so yeah, it's gonna be a
Georgia.
shithole.
Well, let's use Georgia. Okay, I got you.
But Louisiana is a whole state, not just the New Orleans. That's just a city in Louisiana.
Shout out to Brett Favre for the biggest food stamp champ. red state
No,
What
I'm
kind of
just saying
crimes
documentary
are
on
you?
like
Netflix.
What kind of crimes are y'all talking about specifically? Because I just looked it up on Chat GPT, and it says red states,
The most
M word,
violent.
M word, the deletion word, the M word that coincides with deletion, have been 20 to 33% higher. They got a 20 to 33% higher
Right.
Deletion rate.
M word rate, deletion rate than blue states. So what crimes we talking
Well,
about?
that's
Because
no, that's
homicide,
in that's in the city though. They're not talking about the suburb. That's in the city because you know
so,
the city is ran
but
by
now your point
Democrats.
is void though,
this
because
man
you're
is
saying that
tripping.
red states are doing better than blue states. But when we look at what's going on in Florida, I know Florida is a red state. They out there
Mm-hmm.
killing people. You go to Texas, they're killing
Jacksonville.
people. Literally,
Jacksonville's
like
the new
like
Chicago.
it's two sides. It's just two side arguments to the bare arms. We
Right.
don't see people in New York getting shot, which is a blue state
Right.
for the most part.
No, people in New York get shot. I mean, in Brooklyn. I mean, in the
No,
Bronx, in
I promise
Queens.
you, if you compare New York to Florida, more people get shot in Florida.
And we got maybe 3 times more people.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's almost like you using data, and I might be interpreting it wrong to make a point, but I can take the same data that you're using to prove that your point is incorrect.
Right. And also, let me
Well,
say
no, they're not.
before
They're
you go,
not. They're
Jay,
not.
before you go, Jay, I want you to think about it before you just say something. Shout out to the Shiesty Avengers, Ashton. Welcome back, Sharon. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being so generous. So, and this is where it comes into where you got to be careful on when you just regurgitate people's research, because you got to be able to learn how to break down stats yourself and not just say, hey, blue states versus red states. And then when we really break down what you're saying, a red state versus blue state, it seems like the red states are deleting people at higher rates.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a
Well,
question for Reverend Green.
Yes,
Reverend
sir.
Green, you said something, and I'm conservative, but I want to ask you a question just to see if you're a realist. What have
Mm-hmm.
Trump did that you disagree with?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a great question. Who am I speaking to?
Emmanuel or Edaman
Okay.
or the Travel
Uh,
King, whatever you want to address me at. I'm a little bit of everything right now.
Thank you, Mr. Travel King. That's a great question. Um, my my only problem with this administration, Trump's administration, is that he's not moving fast enough.
Okay.
That's it.
So outside of him moving fast, you feel like you have no problem with anything else he's implementing.
Nope. He's just not
Yeah.
moving fast enough for me.
Yeah, so and I think, and I like I said, everybody know I voted for Trump, but I can be realistic to say there's a lot of stuff that I disagree. Like the idea of if I shoot a police officer, regardless of the situation, I should get the death penalty. And then y'all also say that y'all conservative and I got the right to bear arms and protect my family. And we done seen police officers run into people's house and kill people. And it's almost like those things that he can't do no wrong. Like we
Yeah,
can't
he
just have
doesn't make.
a black and white thing that says that you go to jail if you kill a police officer, no matter the situation. And those are the things that I see, and I was like, I wish he wouldn't have moved that way. And I can be
Mhm.
realistic because I'm logical. But when I talk to some conservatives, they can't be realistic. They think that this man walk on water, which he don't.
well,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
would
I didn't
agree.
really.
I was gonna
I didn't
answer
vote for
that.
Trump.
I
I didn't
voted for
vote.
Trump.
I
And if
voted
I could do
locally.
it again, I would do it again in 2028. Also, you're right. It comes down to the political messaging. However, Mr. Donald Trump does not make the laws. He signs the checks. He signs the executive orders, but he doesn't make the laws legislationally. The laws change
But
state to state every
But
week.
that's still a bad argument because Republicans run the House, and it's almost like you didn't. It's almost like the RICO charge. You didn't pull the trigger, but you the head of the organization. Like, what are we talking about?
again,
That's a good point. Let me
Mr.
just
Trump, Mr. Trump might have asked for clemency for Mr.
take your time.
What's his name? Not Big Meech, but the other one, Larry Hoover, Mr. Hoover. But he also admitted that he can't free him. That's up to Illinois. See what I mean? He can do the political messaging. He can encourage it. He can discourage it as well. But this is a state legislation, even federal thing. He's on an executive level. He is not. He is not the one who makes the laws and passes them.
Okay, before you answer,
He signs the checks.
Shout out to the Cash App. It says with the fireball, take your cracker ass to the suburbs.
I would never be going to the suburbs. I love it. I love it here around my people, FBAs. You know, I love FBA. I'm more attracted to those type of women. You know.
Also, so do you consider yourself FBA?
Every day.
That was it.
My lineage. My people have always been here.
Shout out to the Cash App. It also says, what about the sundown white towns, Ninja?
Filled with AIDS. Fentanyl overdoses. Yes.
And
you thought I was finna cap about something? I'm telling it just the way it is. If you thought I was a fan of somebody, I'm just telling you who I voted for, and that's simple as that. But if you're thinking I'm a fan or a fanatic, nah. Not a fanatic.
That's good because
my father was my hero.
That's good. We do need
people. These pale failures, they need a hero. I don't need a hero.
All right.
We have our own heroes.
We got one more. What traditions are MAGA trying to conserve, Ninja?
I'm not MAGA. Done told y'all that.
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even vote. Yeah, I just told him, man. The nuclear family, you know, the Second Amendment. I mean, the right to freedom of speech.
Think I'm finna vote for a woman?
I'm against.
Who's finna get beat anyways? Just like the last woman who went against them.
I'm against illegal immigration.
I'm against
that our borders should be secure.
Wow. Also, shout out to Big Giz with the 2-ball. It seems like we all set in our ways.
All these blacks up here talking about we want immigrants. It's like you want immigrants so bad. How about you open your door?
Saying we want immigrants.
I'm not talking about up here in general. I'm
a whole immigrant.
But I'm saying, what do you mean?
Wait. Let me finish my point, man. Y'all cutting me off. I'm just saying what y'all are voting for. Y'all voting for the Democrats, which support wide open borders, but y'all are the same people that won't open your door to some random off the street.
Nobody is for wide open borders.
Nobody.
You just making that up.
Man, I would have built that wall too. President Trump offered to relocate my family,
and yet
well,
the
Biden,
wall
when Joe Biden was in office, it was the biggest time when illegal immigrants came to this country. The borders were wide open.
That is not true.
And I think Obama got rid of like the most illegal immigrants during his election.
That's right.
Absolutely. But hold on, guys. I had to switch over.
You had to switch over. Also, before you switch over, also it says, what does MAGA mean to a black conservative? Who want to answer that first? Because we got 3 of y'all here.
Well, look,
you gotta ask some MAGA. Okay, I have no idea.
We only got 2 here. So, Edelman, what does MAGA mean to you?
I'm not part of the MAGA party.
Not part of MAGA.
Yeah, I'm not a part of MAGA. So, go ahead.
Trump is MAGA.
So it said, what does MAGA mean to a black conservative? So y'all don't really consider yourselves a part of that at all.
Nope.
Yeah. No. Just because
I'm
embarrassed. That's why.
No. Like, so say
He's a
for
federalist. He's not MAGA. He's a federalist, and MAGA are just being used. They don't even realize it. Poor people.
no.
I would agree that there's some manipulation.
No, let me help you understand. We know that the Democratic Party mess with
It's trash.
No, they mess with the LGBT, whatever the initiation is of all of them, right? It'd be incorrect, and I say, what do LBG mean to you? You say, I don't identify with that, but I still support Democrats. Like, that's the point that I'm making, is just because that is also connected to him, the Republican Party, I mean that we're connected to it. But before I got off, I forgot his name, Sarah. I know it's Reverend Conservative, I think.
Reverend Green.
Reverend Green.
I would say I've always leaned more to the right. Not gonna say I'm conservative, but I've always leaned towards the right.
Yeah, but hold on. But let's go back. Because I had my phone died, so I had to switch to my laptop. So, so when you talk about the three branches of government, the president do have some play into laws, right? Like, he can veto a law. That means he can stop a law into going into existence, for example. So it's not like he's so it's not that he's an innocent bystander. He still do have to sign off on laws. Do you agree with that?
He does sign the checks. Yes, he does. He signs those bills.
So I'm trying to figure out, why are you trying to make the argument that he have nothing to do with the laws that are going into place as the president?
On a state level, no. On a federal level, no. Remember,
with the state level laws, what are you talking about?
On a state level, legislatively,
he has his group of people, his cronies, doing what he wants to be done, right?
He could send a message. He could send a message, and
I just don't understand.
Actually, what she said is false, because a lot of them have said no to some of the stuff that he tried to do.
He's over there trying to change, break laws, and
I think maybe I paid attention in school, right? Maybe I just paid attention, and if he do an executive order that eventually move into law, that means he had everything to do with it.
Well, that's not true, because it has to go through legislation.
No, see, at this point, when they have the House, and they have the majority, they have the Senate, essentially. They can bypass certain chambers that wouldn't. He could bypass certain things.
No, but they're not bypassing. I get what y'all saying can happen. It's starting with an idea from Trump. They execute the law. He signed off on the law. I'm just trying to understand is why y'all don't want to hold him accountable. Because I just feel like this.
Accountable for what?
Okay. Hold agenda called Project 2025 or whatever it's called. And
Trump didn't have, first off, Trump didn't have nothing to do with it. He didn't have nothing to do with that. He didn't even endorse it.
Hold on. We gotta speak.
He didn't even endorse it.
Just trying to get a point out. Let's allow her to at least get the point out.
I mean, dang, like I'm not a fan of Trump either, but I mean, we can't just lie.
And before we got Genesis going, we got Bomb Cherry go. Please let them finish their full thought. Big Giz, member for 19 months. He is not a human being. We want others to change values while they stay the same. Shout out to Big Giz for holding DJ Witch Doctor down for 19 months. That is a real friend. Because we don't say the N-word. Because we don't say the N-word over here. We say friend. Big Giz is a real friend. Go ahead, DJ Genesis.
So he is using Project 2025 to so-called reshape America, and this is also including like getting rid of certain things in the Smithsonian, rewriting history. He actually has a thing right now where he's actually making the Smithsonian actually get rid of anything that has any rewriting American history. So we want to talk about like just even just what's happening on the streets, but he's rewriting history with this whole thing. So I'm saying is that let's get into that whole thing with the Smithsonian and how that is affecting us as well with our own history. You know, so
what does symbology mean to what does that do for us? The symbolic gestures. Does my daughter can't eat promising words.
What do you mean promising words? If we don't know
You
that,
know, my daughter done grown out of
history is rewritten.
my daughter done grown out of certain toys and stuff like that. I can't. That don't mean nothing. So I'm a grown man. So for the man, woman, every man, woman, and child in America right now, what does these symbolic effigies mean? What do they mean in the scheme of things?
Well,
What you gonna get?
history. Go ahead, Bob.
What you gonna get from no education? What you gonna get from if you fall on hard times, there's no help? What you gonna get from the economy, prices going up where people could barely afford food? What you getting from what they really are putting forward, right? That the realities of what's going on. What you get from that? Okay.
Is this a question for me?
Yeah,
sweetie?
you don't. You're not going for the symbolic things. Okay, we get that.
I love the
Now,
I love
the
that accent, sweetie. That accent sounds
I'm not a
delicious.
sweetie. I don't know what's going on right now. Okay, my husband's standing right here. Come on now.
Shout out to Mister. You got a good one right there. So, anyways, as I was gonna say,
That's crazy.
Why do people keep saying he's trying to change history though? Like I don't.
He is trying to change history. If you listen, have you read the whole Smithsonian thing to get rid of anything that have anything to do negative? He's trying to create a whole narrative about America being this great country and this, that, the other, getting rid of anything negative about America.
You give up your seat and go to Africa.
Well, if you don't like America, if somebody doesn't like America,
but
they should
the
simply
history
just
is
leave.
the history. If something happened, it happened. So
you show me where the grass is green.
America is bad. She's saying that he's trying to
mean, if you don't like
things that really happened. Y'all don't understand what she's
right?
saying?
Tuskegee experiment.
But that's
slavery,
not what
all
I mean.
stuff like
They
that.
can't. They're not doing that though.
Yes,
they are.
You can't do it. You can't.
That's what they've been
That's
doing.
not what he's doing.
He's
That's not
been
what he's doing.
erasing things off websites. What are you talking about? Taking pictures on walls.
Internet been getting scrubbed every day, sis.
We can't believe
Clean.
everything we see online. They can say
What
the
do you
sky is
mean?
red,
Wow.
and then you gonna
Hold
believe it.
on.
All right. Hold on.
You know what I mean? They just pulling.
Hold on, y'all.
They just pulling stuff out of thin air.
Hold on, Jay.
Could you please
You
bring
gotta
that
let me
up?
give you
Hold
that
on,
idea.
Jay. Hold on, E. Let me try to recalibrate it. Hold
Please
on.
bring this up.
Shout out to Sugar Bum. Go to bed, Sharon. Our baddie needs his beauty rest.
But listen, that sounds crazy to me, Sharon. That people say you can't believe everything you hear, and they believe in everything Trump says. Like that. That sounds so crazy to me. Like I'm a type of person that challenge.
Like I said, if you want to believe their narrative, that's on you. But
Hold
he's
on,
not
we got a
trying to
question.
change
But don't
stuff.
forget, Jay,
So-
you also saying a lot of things that you heard from the internet as well. You repeating things without actually doing your own research. You trust in other people that you believe did research, but you don't actually know they did research. You believe in their charisma.
But they were showing.
Hold on, you are believing their charisma instead of actually checking out the facts that they are saying. But this is a question for the panel, and I will bring you in, Coco Loco. Boxing, have patience. Just like you waiting for that left hook, have patience. Black and Proud, aka Black Art. Sharon, ask them if Trump is MAGA and they voted for Trump, they should know MAGA means to what MAGA means to a black conservative.
No, so black. They asked what it means to us, and we said that we didn't identify to it. So that's the whole point. It's like when I hear people say, just because, like, I go back to my example, just because the Democrat push an agenda, Sharon can say, I don't identify that. I have a wife. I don't identify with that, but I still support the party. So this idea that we have to support everything that Trump, well, I don't. Let me speak for me, because it sounds like they whatever Trump do, they go with. But listen, it's certain things that I'm like, I really think that he should have did better. And I just told myself, if I'm going to be critical of the Democratic Party, I have to be critical of my party too. And I think a lot of people who support Trump can't do that.
That's wrong. Okay. You know what the origin story for me is? there's a couple things. Twice. First, it was the Khalif Browder story out of New York when the illegals lied on him, falsified a report, and he was jailed for over 2 years for something he didn't do. And they escaped and fled back to Mexico like cowards. You know? And then the second part that put the convention and the battery in my back was during the Biden administration, the old Biden administration, because Obama was really the proxy president at the time.
Y'all hitting shit. I knew it was gonna
it hurt my portfolio so bad, but thank God I knew not to sell. I didn't have weak hands. And also September 13th, Canelo Alvarez getting knocked out. He getting knocked out by Terrence Bud Crawford on FBA.
He might not get knocked. I don't think he might get knocked out.
I don't know about knocked out. He getting just like Trump is cooking. Just like Trump is cooking. Let Terrence Bud Crawford gonna be cooking too.
Before we go to boxing, I can't answer. Black question is, what is a black conservative, right? Because I do identify as a black conservative. A black conservative is someone who believes in more traditional values. When it talks about husband and wife inside of a household, actually upraising your kids under a Christian belief, like those are the things that I believe as a black conservative that I do get behind. But black conservative and MAGA are two different things, but they're both under the Republican Party. I could be wrong.
Why can't you just be conservative? Why do you have to be black conservative?
Can I ask Emmanuel a question?
Because I'm black. Hold on. Why do I have to be black conservative?
Why you put the identity politics
The Democrats
into
go
it?
against the church.
No,
the Democrats go against the church.
They go against black people is what the
Hold on 1 second. He asked, why do I identify as black? Sir, I don't know what you
Black conservative. Why aren't you just conservative?
I'm gonna tell you because
I'm an FBA.
Hold on,
I'm FBA. My thing is the code.
I'm gonna answer
my thing is the code.
Hold on 1 second.
My paperwork says I'm on code.
I got you, brother. But what I'm trying to help you understand is I am a black man that is.
You said that several times, and I'm a straight one too. And what about the starving kids across Europe? No one cares.
Woo, and he is stepdaddy.
Oh, all right, hold on. Before Fighter asks this question. Go ahead, Genesis. You wanted to bring something to the stage. Let's go ahead.
So I was trying to explain that what they're doing as the 250th anniversary of the nation's founding, what they're trying to do with this executive order 14253, restoring truth and sanity to American history, is leading a comprehensive internal review of selected Smithsonian museums, selected ones, not all, but the ones that they feel that are telling, like removing divisive or partisan narratives to restore confidence in our shared cultural institutions. That means that if it says anything that happened, they could be able to just scrub history and go to these museums, and it will not be the actual thing that happened. Only like the good part, like on the good ship, lollipop. And it's like, okay, well, things did happen. So why are we trying? And when they start to do this, then next thing you know, it's gonna be books. It's gonna be the educational system. They're gonna start with the museums, and then they'll be able to go down from there and scrub history of everything.
Yeah, just like they scrubbed the men's bathrooms and the women's bathrooms, right? And they put it to trans, and anyone else can come up into it.
Wow.
The sports, everything.
The only thing that you guys care about is Democrat versus Republican. I'm not Democrat or Republican.
I just told you as well. But I voted for Trump.
Just like y'all don't tell them.
Listen, gender.
Just like y'all don't tell them Arabs that be selling liquor to black people. Y'all don't ever have energy for them.
It's the golden age. Common sense is here.
Bro,
so
black people so dope to your family, bro. Stop that.
People so uneducated. It's crazy.
Y'all don't be confronting them Arabs. Y'all don't be confronting the Mexicans selling drugs to y'all on the West Coast.
Museums. Hold on. The ones that
You
put the
still
money.
going to the Arab for your liquor and blunts and your baby pampers still?
Right.
Getting overcharged.
Honey,
All
I
right,
don't
hold
live
on,
in a
hold on,
neighborhood
hold
that
on,
has
hold on,
Arabs
hold on,
and
hold on. Let
all that.
Genesis
I don't know
finish
what
her
you're
There's
point,
talking
y'all.
vacancies now. There's gonna be some more vacancies now.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let
about. Honey,
Genesis.
gas come from the Arab. What do you mean?
She probably let that
We
same
about to
she
start
probably be letting
drilling.
the Democratic
If you go to
Drill, baby,
Arab,
drill.
Okay,
Drill,
okay,
baby,
hold on,
drill
you
y'all.
is
probably
on
be
its
you
Okay,
way.
probably
hold
be
on,
letting that
hold on,
Democratic
hold on.
lady you probably be
Okay,
letting the Democratic white lady tell you what it
hold
is to
on,
be
Jay.
black.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on, Jay.
Imagine that.
Hold on, Jay. We want everybody. Hold on, hold on. All right, everybody, pause for a second so we can hear everybody. Go ahead, Coco Loco, so we can reset the room, ask your question or whatever you want to bring into the show. Go ahead.
All right, what's going on, Sharon, man? I was a little worried. I thought you finally got a job again and you was back at construction, but I'm glad to see you back on YouTube. You're alive and healthy and happy and smiling with all your teeth,
Hater,
with all your
hater.
teeth, with all your teeth. Nah, I fuck with Sharon,
Yeah, you
man.
breaking up.
But go ahead.
I got that ice
And
internet.
by the way, he on your show. Oh, my bad. I thought I was.
No, I didn't know. I thought I was on Witch Doctors. I didn't know. I really didn't know because they're simulcasting. So, but
You lied. You saw Sharon's face with that
So
hat on.
Emmanuel, no, I don't, because I don't hate Sharon. Like me and with Sharon go way back. But Emmanuel Williams, how does it feel to be a stepdaddy?
It feel real good. Go check my page. Why y'all niggas?
Yeah,
Why, hold on.
you're a stepdaddy, bro. Use pussy, bro.
And
You
when you
motherfucker.
complain
Use
about getting a
pussy, bro.
woman,
Use
you can't
pussy.
get a
I'm not
woman.
complaining about nothing.
Crazy.
I don't chase
Okay.
single mothers.
All right, look.
Asian
So
single
check this out.
mothers.
Listen,
Asian single
listen.
mothers. You
Well, let
fat
me answer
boy.
your question, sir.
Fat
Can I
boy.
answer your
What are you
You
question?
talking about
fat.
right
You're fat.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go.
Listen,
Let's get it, nigga. Let's get it,
the
fat boy.
the funny part about it, Sharon,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't complaining. I'm over here in DR, traveling the world, living my lifestyle, and this nigga worried about me. When the last time I went to go check on his page? Oh, I forgot he had a page. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and end the show. I know what time it is, but I just learned that
It's time to go. That's what he just learned. And hey, I just got one.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.